I'd say it's a reinvention. It's a completely different standalone movie. We're telling a story that I don't think has really been told in the other films, although they touched on, the history of Bruce Wayne. It was only very brief, and the film that we're making tells the story of Bruce Wayne right from the beginning, when his parents are killed, through his travels as a young adult, searching for himself and some meaning, to coming back to Gotham, and becoming Batman. Well, it's a very much more gritty vision. It's a much more realistic world. I think Chris's idea has always been that a superhero isn't that special in a world where, the other movies were a little bit more fantastical, and Batman wouldn't really stand out in quite the same way that he does in the world that we're creating. There's obviously elements of fantasy in our film, but it's a much more grounded reality. Warner Brothers definitely felt that they wanted to reinvent, sort of invigorate the Batman franchise. I don't think that, Chris actually went to them and said, "This is the film that I want to make," and his motivation was really that he just felt that it was a story that hadn't been told, and it's a great story. Batman isn't a superhero who has any magical powers at all. It all comes from within, which is a fantastically interesting story, and I think that one that will be enormously fun to watch. We cast Christian. We had to do a whole screen test thing, and he did an amazing job. And our story is much more, we tell much more of the Bruce Wayne story than was in the other movies, and there's much more sort of psychological complexity to the character, and we needed an actor who really had the chops to do it, and Christian is that guy. I think that in wanting to make the definitive Batman film, that by its very nature is hopefully going to, appeal to the comic book crowd who want a more comic, a film that is closer to the comics. It's an awesome responsibility, quite frankly, because Batman is a character that is so well known and so well loved that we're very aware of how, what a standard we have to live up to. But I think that it's a very universal story, and I think that it's going to appeal to more than just the die-hard comic book fans. Again, going back to the idea that Batman doesn't have any magical powers and it comes from within, I think it's a great thing to sort of, for anybody to watch and think, I could be Batman if I just did enough press-ups.